Good morning, this is Jackie Rand from Channeliser. What we're looking at today is partner to partner, which is really the new way of going to market. Not vendor to partner, but reseller to reseller, or VAR to service business. And there can be any number of reasons why partners need to work together: for access to additional resources, to scale or cover a new geo, or more often these days to take a combined solution to market. A good example is one of our customers, SAP, and their human capital management solution, SuccessFactors, as they need different types of partners to join forces. So developers, ISVs, reselling partners, and even HR consultants, because all of those mix of skills is required and very rarely found in one company. In fact, IDC state that it makes more sense to partner a lot more often than you would think. And even companies like Microsoft and Cisco, who are very channel-centric, are very keen on getting their partners to work together, although in my mind they could do a lot more to help with that. So the traditional channel-based model for IT industry no longer really fits with the requirements of today's customers, who are looking for a far more solution-based approach rather than a product-based approach. And that addresses their complete business and IT needs. And these are components that even the largest companies are really going to struggle to find all by themselves. Even when a single supplier can supply them, actually the customer is looking for best of breed, and therefore, again, a sole provider is highly unlikely to be able to provide those. And it becomes the responsibility of the IT supplier to find others to work together with to deliver that customer experience. So in terms of building up that strategy, there's many different ways that you can skin the cat, as it were. You can take an opportunistic or a strategic approach. The more casual, deal-orientated partnering may appear to be easy to do, but in fact, there's a lot more opportunities for risks and mistakes and failed projects. A common failing, perhaps, is if somebody's just looking for additional resources and has a sort of a deal-by-deal casual relationship. Are they likely to send their best resources to you for that, unless there is a mutual partnering and mutual benefit? It's unlikely. But if there is a true partnership, then you've got commercial and business perspectives, sort of a mutual benefit throughout that relationship. There's been a lot of talk about how MSPs and VARs need to kind of change their whole business model to accommodate subscription-based revenues rather than project revenues, with the advent of cloud, but there's not so much been written about or explained around the whole way they need to actually change their go-to-market strategy by partnering with others. And this is really where you need to take a strategic approach. You need to stop, think about what it is, and do some strategic planning. So for that, you need to have a partnership plan. You need to have the basic goals of what your partnership is going to achieve, that you're obviously going to try and generate revenue for both parties, but you need to have a compelling reason for both to be partnering with one another, and how you can help each other. And it's unlikely to be only the product or the solution alone, but it lies in how you can work together and actually 2 + 2 = 5, and how you can actually generate more opportunities by cross-sell and upsell within your joint customer base. So in terms of how and who you should be working with, one of the key things that we found when we did our survey was that trust is a major issue. Previously, competitors now need to work together. There needs to be a real complementary skill set and not too much overlap when looking at who you want to be partnering with. A good base is to actually go and find out from your customers what they're looking for, and then judging where you're missing those skills, resources, technology elements, etc. And that's going to build up a profile of what that ideal partner will look like from both a business, technology, and also potentially from a cultural perspective as well. It's really important to make sure that you fit sort of personality-wise. And you need to make sure you have plenty to offer the partnership and be ready to verbalize that so that they select you over another potential partner. So when it comes to looking for a partner, can be the real sticking point. It really can be the most time consuming and difficult element. And this is really where Channeliser comes into its own, because we have a intelligent precision search so that you can find the exact right fit IT company you're looking for. Trying to put a search into Google or LinkedIn for, really granular search around solution fit and vertical and so on is really not going to be very good from using Google or LinkedIn. But you can do this with the Channeliser precision search, so you can find exactly what you're looking for. And again, this can be across different vendors, across different technologies, and also across different geos as well. So Channeliser is a real unique platform that enables you to actually locate the actual right fit partner. So for proper partnerships, you need to identify companies, as we say, that have got those complementary skills, complementary resources, and that culture. And for that, you need to step outside your own network of contacts and actually take that social networking step. Millennials find that really easy. They're used to chatting online and making connections that way. But for some of us who've been around a lot longer, that's not so easy. But you need to be able to make those first connections on a social platform like Channeliser to be able to actually make those connections and start that business relationship. So now you've found, let's say, a couple of partners that you think might work, but with any business relationship that relies on each of you understanding the roles that you play, and that involves actually some clear rules of engagement and memorandum of understanding, NDAs, KPIs, key performance indicators, service level agreements, etc. There's a whole raft of ways in which you need to sort of put your arms around this relationship to make sure nothing falls through the cracks. So you need to set out your joint customer proposition and put in place all of these various plans. And you need time to put that into place so that the strategic partnership has some sort of plans and some paperwork behind it that will help you with that. And then you need to actually have some information about the joint proposition. So how is that going to be looked at from your customer perspective? Do you need separate marketing collaterals, joint materials to present in front of the customer? Do you need a joint sales plan, etc.? And you need to have a very clear understanding of the sales approach and who's looking after the customer. This requires an entirely different approach. There's always been this need to have control of the customer, and now you've got to share that with another partner. So you need to talk about it, and you need to make sure that that's clearly understood. A real good tip here is to have, at least on the first engagement, project governance and use a third party. They keep everybody honest, they keep the project on time, and keep all the different relationships working and pulling in the same direction. So this is it in a nutshell. First of all, you need to see what you can offer, figure out the gaps, make sure you've got a proposition that's compelling, that jointly is going to appeal to the customer base. And then you need to ensure that you have all the various different components legally put together. And there's lots of resources on Channeliser that can help you do this. We've got Channeliser University, where we've got information around some of these memorandums and various other things. And also there's an IDC framework, which is very detailed and takes you through this process. And then you need to put that joint marketing plan together, how you're going to actually work with each other and with the customer. And it's key to remember throughout all of this, it is a partnership. Unlike a lot of the more traditional vendors where some of these big vendors, it really was a one-way street. They pushed information to you, the VARs and MSPs in their portal, expected you to update the deal reg, you to update your company profile, etc., etc. And actually, this is a partnership. This should be a true partnership. And that's really what Channeliser can really help you with as well. And with all of this, you need to make sure that you continually improve. That may seem an obvious point, but it is something you need to bear in mind as you move forward. And there is definitely reward to be had. There is some research from IDC that is showing that those VARs and MSPs that are partnering to take solutions to market have a greater ability for growth and in fact in terms of stability for the future as well. So how we can help with all of this, Channeliser, as I say, really key in helping you find those right fit partners. There isn't another platform that will enable you to do that searching. You can promote your company to the industry. You can upload lots of different types of content, far more rich content than you can on something like LinkedIn. And this is really partner facing. So it's not replicating your website, but it's all about your partner value proposition. Then you can make connections, and it's really important you can make those at the company level. So unlike a lot of social platforms that are at the individual level, and then someone leaves, they take all of their connections and their content with them. Channeliser keeps that at the company level, so you keep all of those connections for you. You can engage the community, you can build your own community as well. And this is really flipping the whole vendor to partner thing on its head, because instead of you doing the work and uploading information on their portals, you can ask them to come to your portal on Channeliser, where you keep your arms around all your partner relationships, be that supplier, vendor, and other partners as well. So you can actually keep all those relationships in one place. And we have a lot of best practice and guidance and tools that can help you in that process in the Channeliser University. So that's been me, Jackie Rand from Channeliser, and we look forward to seeing you on the platform.